Okay, this is the last video I'm gonna, you know, post for the day because I have other things to do. But you know what, Justin? Like, how could you ever come on social media, right, and associate yourself with someone like me, and try and associate yourself with some like with my children? How could you ever pass that off on social media as if that's the truth of your life? You're not even born in the same month as me or my children. You didn't even come from the kids era. You didn't come from my era, meaning that I have different astrology. You have a different astrology. My kids, they have different astrology, Justin. How could you ever pass that off on social media? How? Someone born in January is sitting around trying to pretend as if there was someone that was born in September. You know for a fact that's a lie, Justin. Stop trying to pretend to be us, Justin. That's what you need to do for yourself. Do that for yourself and stick to your only birthday, which is March 2nd, 1994. That was the day you were born. Go and look up that birth chart, and that's the only birth chart that you can associate yourself with. Don't you dare try and associate yourself with my birth chart or my kids' birth chart. We're not the same as you, Justin. Put that in your head. You think doing witchcraft and voodoo and sorcery on person, you think that was your past in life? It's not. If you think for a minute that I was supposed to pass cross pathways with you in this lifetime, it didn't happen, Justin. Get over yourself. You're not that special. You're only 30 years old. There are other people walking this planet. There are other people who have musical gifts and other wonderful gifts around that need their opportunities, Justin. It's not all about you. Money is not even all about you. Do you even know how money was created? I don't think you even have enough knowledge of that. But you're so interested in other people's gifts and their abilities, and you want to steal money because you want to use stolen money to go and buy other people's gifts that they offered for other people to purchase. That is wrong. I want my money back. You are a false person. You are a false entity. You're not real. You represent parasitic aspects. You represent what a con is, Justin. You represent something that the devil created, Justin. You know that unruly, reckless child growing up? You know, the child that wasn't reared properly? You had plenty of chances. Look how many years you've been in the industry. You couldn't even try and rear your own brain to try your best. You know what I mean? You couldn't even do that. You sat around and sat around over there in West Hollywood being jealous of me. Look how long you've been doing this for, Justin. You are irrelevant. You are a non-factor. Do you realize that? You trying to do this thing and you put all these illusions as if you're trying to help the general society, when the truth about it is you're creating damaging effects. And nobody cares, Justin. People are picking up on it. Nobody cares. There are people out there, they raise their children to be well behaved. They know how to conduct themselves in society. They have very good gifts. They know how to operate themselves. You're just this weirdo. After you reach a certain age, it was up to you, Justin. And that's the way you want to act? That's the way you want to behave? Why should people care? Why should I care? Sitting around there, this reminds me of like, ancient days, the story back in the day with the pyramids and how they used to steal. It was all like the karmics that are around they're around the the karmics, excuse me. It was the karmics that were around the pyramid that were stealing and stuff, you know? Or when the time when back in the day in Africa, people would come and try and steal the African people's jewels and things like that. Is that what you represent? Is that why you want to come up so big and bold with your arrogant, egotistical self, Justin, on social media? Hey, yeah, I was the one that stole from ancient times. Yeah, I used to steal from the blacks. That's what this whole fight is about, Justin. How jealous you are a karmic, obviously. You don't have Egyptian blood. But not even, because some of the Egyptians are trash, I'm not gonna lie. Some of them have very trashy perspectives to them. You know what I mean? Less favorable aspects, Justin. That's what you have. Well, yeah, I was those trash Egyptians that used to steal from the blacks and blah blah blah. So we don't care about that. You represent people that we didn't want around society. That's what you represent, Justin. You don't represent anything good. Yeah, and it makes sense because that's why you stole my ancestors' records to be singing black music, trying to create black gospel music, talking about peaches, trying to reference yourself off with a Black King James with the peach, right? Right, with Georgia. That no make it. Who are you as a Turk to talk about Georgia? Huh? Who are you? You don't even know the full story, Justin. And you want to make songs about that? Yeah, right. That's how jealous of you are. You're so jealous of black people. You couldn't even take the time to go find your own records, Justin. That's how jealous you are of blacks. The black ancestors. You didn't even take time for your own ancestors. You don't even respect your own ancestors, Justin. I have more respect for the native population, the Cherokees, and there's about like, I think there's like over like maybe 50 different native tribes. I think there's more than that. I have respect for them because even if they went through colonization in the past, they took time to still backtrack and find a bit about their aspect of in terms of who they are. In their own spiritual truths. You couldn't even take the time to do that, Justin. That's why you're so mentally ill. I actually subscribe to native channels, and yeah, they're like, oh, I'm Black Hawk, and they put on their native dresses, and they have the different kind of native dances. Like, they actually took the time to put work into themselves and learn about what their ancestors did back in the day. Did you do that work for yourself, Justin? No. You spent all this time trying to figure out who I am. You're pathetic. Even the Spanish people, they take time to figure out. I met people here who knew the Mayans, people whose ancestors were the Aztecs and stuff like that. They took time to figure out who their ancestors were. You never took any time to figure out who your ancestry was. Ridiculous. Go find an archaeologist, Justin. Huh? Why don't you go find a scholar? Stop stalking me for my information and go find yourself. Go find out who you are. You're such a loser. Go call up David Suzuki and he can figure out who you are, since you're so stupid, Justin. And I want my money back. When you go take the time to figure out your own mental health, in the meantime, I want my money back. You could recirculate all them checks back to my name. Because all that energy came from my spirit. It didn't come from you. Ridiculous. I met Hawaiian people. Hawaiian people taking the time to figure out who they are in spirit and truth. I met Korean people. They taking the time to figure out who they are in spirit and truth. I met people from Texas. They were able to track where their ancestors came, their ancestors where they were. Some of them were from Mississippi. Some of them came from different walks of life. Even off the slave ships, the people that came from the slave ships, the ones from Mississippi and everything, they taken the time to figure out where their ancestry lies. You've never taken that time to figure out who you were. And even information that you posted online trying to figure out, that was all error. You know for a fact you're not tied to Justin Trudeau. That's not your bloodline. You're such a liar. You don't even speak French, Justin. Stop lying to society. So, because your name is Justin, you think that you're associated with people like him? You're not. Are you associated with Sir John A. Macdonald? You're obviously not. And you're not better than me. I'll tell you that for sure. Stop trying to compare yourself and your little trashy ass Turkish blood, trying to associate yourself with other bloodlines where you just don't fit, Justin. You don't fit the scope of what I'm about in my life and my lineage. You don't fit. You want to act like you want to act like you came from castles when you're just a warhead. You're a soured up warhead. Go suck on a warhead, Justin. He's a brunt. You ever watch those Brunt commercials when they're selling those Brunt shoes and the Brunt work pants? You know, those construction workers, they're like cement workers, you know? That's what you are. You're a Brunt. Don't you ever dare try to associate yourself with my good up jeans. You can't circulate yourself around society the way how I'm supposed to circulate myself. You're not a part of my circle, Justin. You must be out of your goddamn mind. Crazy ass. Can you imagine? Just because he has less favorable aspects, that's why he wanted to be me in this lifetime. Well, boo-hoo. Nobody cares. And nobody should feel sorry for you, all because you're sitting up in all these churches, singing all these, doing praises and whatever, and you still couldn't figure yourself out. God still couldn't deal with you. You're not connected to God spiritually to even find out who the hell you are. You spent all this time doing witchcraft. You can't go to church and then come out the church doing witchcraft on people. Talk about, yeah, I'm going to be them. And then you have your wife waking up in the morning talking about, yeah, I'm going to be that black girl today. I heard it in the spirit, Haley. You're stupid. That's what they do. Okay, I'm going to put on like a green shirt and like